Death is a part of life and inevitable, but that thought can leave many people feeling anxious and afraid, especially when there's no shortage of tragic news these days.
That anxiety has the potential to take over, but there are solutions. Stephen Cavazos takes us to a San Antonio home where people are turning their grief into peace.
Solutionaries is about highlighting problems, but more importantly, it's about the search for answers.
Every opportunity that we can to talk about it and normalize it makes a difference.
We show you the results and how it helps others. Sometimes there are limitations.
It's hard and I don't always want to do it. If I don't do it, I'm not giving the best of myself.
But when it comes to death, what is the solution? Well, there are a number of problems associated with this topic. In fact, the mere thought can incite fear in most people. Death anxiety can also be triggered from a traumatic event, like the loss of a loved one. But the path to peace does exist.
My name is Aspen Amen, but when I do my gong work and my sound healing work, I use the name Sound Mirror because I prefer the focus to be on the work.
And she has a passion to heal others using sound from a gong she considers to be sacred.
I won't say that it's a one-time fix. It's not like you go one time and you're not afraid of dying anymore. No, that would be disingenuous to say. But what it does as a practice, it really allows you to release stress, which is the first thing we really have to do, is get people down and more grounded and more inside of themselves. And we tell them inside the gong meditation, whether it's a one-on-one or a group session, we say release expectation. Just be here. Just listen to the sounds, feel the vibrations, and what's going to happen is what you need to experience.
It's something she prefers not to do on camera, but she allowed us to film a brief demonstration.
I'm going to ask you to focus on your breath. Simply allowing your breath to be.
The vibrations from the gong could be felt throughout my whole body, and when it was over, I felt a wave of peace.
For that experience, definitely didn't feel how tight my body was in general until after the I guess the gong started ringing. You could feel those vibrations really just relax you, and it did feel like it kind of just takes you somewhere else.
Studies show methods like this can help reduce stress, remove emotional blockages, and promote awareness and appreciation.
So if we can do a practice, a meditation practice, to get ourselves grounded in that reality that this happens to every one of us, then we're going to approach that practical side of preparing for the inevitable for ourselves and those around us.
This peaceful practice is just one way. Some are embracing life and death at Abode Contemplative Care for the Dying. For people here, it's simply a home.
Here we care for people who are at the very end of life. Abode partners with every hospice agency in town. And when hospice determines that their patient can no longer be at home, they can come to Abode, come and live the rest of their days in one of our 3 beautiful bedrooms. We just love them up until they're ready to die.
Executive Director Mary Thorsby says homes like Abode were common prior to hospitals.
People died at home. People were used to taking care of each other and being there for one another until they died. And it was very normal and natural. It was just a part of life.
She showed us some of the unique features around the property, like this meditation labyrinth. The home is also staffed with people referred to as end-of-life navigators. And there's also a number of programs to help normalize the idea of death and grief. Thorsby has seen people overcome their fears during her time at Abode. She believes it's a home that harbors hope.
Our vision at Abode is that we live in a world where death is not feared, and we live fully until we die. When we see guests who come here scared, and then over the course of a couple of days or maybe a week or two, they just lean into it. They know they're dying. We've given them opportunity to say what needs to be said, reunite them with their families, talk about their lives, and just do the internal work that we all need to do before we die.
So a week after we shot our story, I was invited back to Abode, but this time I decided not to bring the cameras just so I can get the full meditation experience. And I'll be honest, I was a little nervous at first because I wasn't sure what to expect. But overall, the experience was calming, it was eye-opening and moving. But death anxiety is a real thing, and people still struggle with anxiety on a day-to-day basis. However, there are things you can still do to help. First, avoid things that trigger that anxiety, like alcohol, drug use, and even caffeine. Make sure you have a good support system around you. And lastly, if you feel something's off, make sure to talk to a professional. So after watching this story, how do you feel about death anxiety? Is it something that you fear or still struggle with? Or have you found a creative solution to combat those fears?
We want to hear from you in our Solutionary series. You can scan this QR code here and tell us what issues you want us to address or what creative solutions that you have come up with. Subscribe to the Solutionaries channel to catch all of our coverage. We'll be right back. A 13-year-old boy airlifted to a hospital after a pit bull attack at a home on the far north side. It happened on Escalante Run, not far from Evans Road and TPC Parkway. BCSO says that 6 pit bulls were removed from the home and 2 attacked the boy. Some of the dogs were pets, while others were for sale.
San Antonio police investigating after a man shot and killed the suspect who allegedly stole his truck. It happened at South Park Mall in the parking lot around 1 p.m. SAPD says the truck owner confronted that suspect and a woman in the truck at gunpoint before calling police. The suspect then shot the truck owner. The other man returned fire and killed the suspect. The woman and truck owner were taken to a nearby hospital.
The mother of Lexi Rubio, a victim of the Robb Elementary School shooting, announced today that she will be running for mayor of Uvalde. Kimberly Rubio making that announcement on Twitter this morning. It comes days after Don McLaughlin, the Uvalde mayor, said he would step down to run for state representative. The special election is November 7th.
San Antonio Stock Show and rodeo officials saying the rodeo will stay at the AT&T Center. It comes after reports of the Spurs wanting to move to a downtown arena. The rodeo CEO says he is committed to the city's east side. That's your 60-second recap.
Look outside with live cam right now. Plenty of heat, and we got something to tell you just how hot it is out there, Adam.
Yeah, we do. Coming up in a little bit, we've got another and a brand new homemade thermometer winner coming up in a little bit, along with a comparison of our current drought monitor updated today, every Thursday, compared to 5 weeks ago, and how much things have changed in just a few minutes.
It is getting drier and drier out there. So how are we faring so far this summer, Adam?
Yeah, it's not looking good in terms of the drought monitor. Unfortunately, we keep falling deeper and deeper in drought, and Canyon Lake at its lowest level since 2009. And we could obviously use some good rain. Take a look at our drought monitor. I showed you this earlier, and we zoomed into the worst part of Texas, which of course is right here in our backyard, especially in parts of the hill country, but even creeping into San Antonio, that red area, the extreme and then exceptional drought. Let's compare it to 5 weeks ago. I'm fading that on the screen. Okay, 5 weeks ago, not even considered abnormally dry along the coastal plain and near the Gulf coastline, and just a little on the dry side along the Rio Grande. I'm going to step off and let's go back from this to the current drought monitor. That's not what we like to see. We like to see these colors get erased, but unfortunately we're just adding more and we're falling deeper into drought. Now, traditionally and climatologically speaking, this is usually a pretty dry period for us. And as we get into the fall, sometimes our luck can change, and it's more apt to change as we get closer to fall. A wild card could be a tropical system coming off the Gulf, giving us moisture. That's just not the case right now. There is a little disturbance there in the western Gulf of Mexico. That's headed into Mexico and just south of us. Even if it did slam into us, it really wouldn't have an impact on our rainfall and our conditions. Extra haze in the sky today. It's because of the light to moderate amounts of African dust, which tomorrow is going to be light, even lighter. By Saturday, very light amounts, probably not even noticeable. And then by Sunday, it's gone. But you look off into the distance from our live cam. If you're familiar with this view and vantage point, downtown is usually more crisp and visible. It's just obscured a little bit by that haze. 100 our high today. We just barely hit 100 degrees briefly. Right now in El Paso, it's 105, 99 in Lubbock, 100 in Dallas, 101 in Abilene, Del Rio 103 right now, Rio Medina at 98. For the most part, we're either at 100 or just a little bit below it, especially below 100 in the hill country. But even Gonzales now at 98. Tomorrow morning, we start the day at 77 degrees. By noon, we're at 91, then a high temperature of 99. I know, crazy. We're forecasting under 100. I mean, what's a degree amongst friends, especially Fahrenheit? You don't notice it. You're not going to notice a change. It's that psychological benchmark, isn't it? Rio Medina and Castroville, 101 tomorrow. Meanwhile, 99 Canyon Lake, Nixon, 101, and along with Divine. Our dew points, though, will be falling off in the afternoon. That's the nice thing. We're back into that trend, the typical trend, where it's very sticky and humid in the evening, at night, and early morning. Then by the hottest part of the day, you get into the afternoon, drier air mixes down, and that completely just really puts in check the heat index and really makes it not an issue at all, because it may feel just a degree warmer than the actual air temperature. Notice the highs going forward anywhere from 99 to 103, and 103 will be Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, Steve, you almost forgot it's Thermometer Thursday.
No, I didn't. I was reacting to the 103 on Monday and Tuesday. That's
right. Well, I do specifically.
That's why I winced.
We'll go with that. That's why I do specifically make my thermometers. The top end of the scale has to be at least 110, because that's the hottest temperature we've ever recorded in San Antonio. And so that's where this one goes actually up to 110 exactly. Sometimes they exceed it a little bit. Anyway, I want to give a quick shout out to the fishers of Canyon Lake. It's not often I'm around when the winners come in to pick up their thermometer, but I was here when the fisher swung by. And Craig and I actually have something in common. Well, he is a brewer at a brewery. I mean, I'm only a home brewer, but he works at a brewery in Austin. So it's kind of fun to chat beer and business, you know?
Chat hops.
Yeah, hops, yep, and yeast especially.
I don't know. Does he make IPAs?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah, he was just brewing one when I talked to him.
Okay,
anyway,
down.
Mackenzie Rodriguez of San Antonio, the winner of the homemade thermometer. Go to KSAT.com/thermometer to fill out the form to enter to win.
Yeah, I was just skeptical if a home brewer is like a brewmaster. I mean, that's like,
it's different.
I drive, but I don't have all that much in common with AJ Foyt.
Oh my God.
Well, okay, that's a little extreme too, compared to at least brewing. The whole process is the same. You just do it a different way.
Yeah, I'm just saying Max Verstappen isn't going to come to me for tips on driving.
Oh my
Whatever.
gosh. Finds an argument anytime an IPA. I tell you. We'll be right back. In the buzz today, Subway is running a promotion next month, giving sandwich fans a chance to win free sandwiches for life. There is a catch here. All you have to do is agree to change your first name to Subway.
Subway Spreester. Got a ring to it.
It does have a ring.
According to Bloomberg, once a winner is chosen, the company will pay the winner's legal fees to assume, quote, a new iconic identity, end quote. Subway's roughly has 37,000 franchise-run locations in upwards of 100 countries. The contest starts on August 1st.
Get your application in.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Subway Spreester.
Yeah. That's just be a nickname, maybe. Cheers, because today is National Scotch Day. Not any old whiskey will do. To be Scotch, it has to be made in Scotland, made from malted barley, aged in oak barrels for at least 3 years, and be less than 94.8% alcohol.
You can mark the day, of course, enjoying a glass with friends, attending a Scotch tasting, perhaps at a whiskey bar, or host your own tasting. Now, fun fact, there are 5 types of Scotch. I did not know this before reading this. Single malt, single grain, blended malt, blended grain, and blended.
And in a homage to Anchorman,
yes.
Scotchy, Scotch, Scotch.
That's actually what I think of when I think of Scotch.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
That is all our time here at 6. Thanks so much for watching.
See you on the Night Beat at 10.